Hi, you guys. How are ya, girls and guys? I'm doing all right. If I sound like crap, I'm feeling fine. I don't know what it is, but on certain days, certain nights, my snot and my sinuses start draining really heavy. It's in my chest. I did have a really bad cold. I don't think I'm all the way over it because my chest is still hoarse, so is my husband's, but I feel fine. So for those of you who were worried, thank you for asking. I'm okay. I'm sorry if you have to put up with my hoarse voice. It probably didn't help that I smoked for years, right? So that never helped me. And I'm also went to beauty school, and I worked with a lot of chemicals and stuff when I was doing hair many years ago. And breathed in a lot of crap too. So please bear with me because it seems to get worse at night. But I'm just try to get through and push through, okay, you guys? So I just want to talk about a few of the things that's gone on in the Summer Wells case before I start into my video about what I want to talk about. I was really disgusted and sad to hear that Cher found these photos and it didn't have Summer in some very nice positions. And I really don't think Cher would have just, I don't think she would have held them back. And I do think that they shocked her enough for her to send them to TBI. So I don't know what they are. But it concerns me because I've had feelings all along that something was going on in that house. And, Jody Sue made mention of it in different ones. I just, listen, everybody has a right to their opinion. And if you believe Don and Candace Wells, then that's fine. I'm not going to judge you if you think that they didn't have nothing to do with this. But my opinion is that they did. I want everybody to know that Jackie Dobbs responded to my video. He shared my video on his YouTube channel, which is Elvis and Me or something. It's called Elvis and Me. Anyways, I must have really upset him because he kept putting stuff on his community post for the past week now, nonstop, about how he's innocent, how he was at such and such a place, and I just find it, I get it. He's probably upset because because of my video. Oh, and this was one thing that he made a comment on his own post. It said, I wish LE would have cleared everyone by now or something like that. So obviously he said that he was cleared. He was not cleared. So, I'm not saying that he is guilty of anything. I don't know what happened to Summer Wells. I have bad suspicions that their parents did something. But it's just rather strange that Jackie was there in the area the day that Summer went missing, and I told him that. I'm sorry. But it's very suspicious and a coincidence that you just happened to be there, the only person new in the area. And so he gave a time frame that he was at the motel at 4. But, Summer could have went missing at 3:30. We don't know. It's just strange, the whole thing, okay? I don't know. I just feel like something bad happened with Summer Wells with the parents. I would hope that Jackie didn't do anything. But, I guess the truth will come out. And if he's innocent, he's innocent. And I'm not saying he's guilty, but I just suspect him a little, okay? Not a ton, but I do suspect him. But I suspect the parents more of Summer Wells. Like I said, I've thought all along that there was something nasty going on in that house with Summer. And I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to put any more stuff on her. I don't want to say anything, nasty. I'm not going to go into detail about that. So we'll find out if TBI does anything or if any news comes out about it. So all I can say is I'm glad Cher put that on, with TBI. So, you guys, I just wanted to talk about this other little girl, Cherish Periwinkle is her name. Now, you might have seen her case, but the person who unalived her and did terrible things to her, her killer has asked for a new trial. He's only been in prison about, I believe, 5 years, 6 years now. And now he's already asking for a new trial, saying his lawyers didn't defend him good. I didn't think they really defended him at all. I was watching these old trials, and I didn't think they really did a good job at all. But it doesn't matter, you guys. They got him on videotape with the little girl, this Donald Smith. They got him on videotape with the little girl. At first, he started at Dollar General and was, loitering around there, was watching this little girl, then took him to Walmart's. And there's some things in here that I want to talk about. And I've never, ever seen a mother's testimony in a case that it made me more sad and more scared in all my life because, listen, some people said, well, what a stupid mother, that she would fall for this old man that was going to give her $150 to buy clothes. I want to tell those of you who may think that way, when you're poor and you're struggling and you don't have much of anything, sometimes you're naive and willing to believe someone if it means that it would really bring relief to you. So I could not judge her for this at all. Not at all. I felt so sorry for this mother. And I'm just going to go through a couple things on this because I want to talk to you about it. Hold on, please.
Eddie, no, Razor, Frank. Frank? Brad, how are you? Brad.
Okay.
Yourself to the jury.
Okay, so this is on stand is her name is Rain Periwinkle, and she's the mother of little Cherish Periwinkle that this guy kidnapped and hard and sodomized and all these things. So listen to this.
Rain Periwinkle?
Are you the mother of Cherish Periwinkle?
Yes.
Ma'am, how old was Cherish on June 21st of 2013?
8 years old.
And where were you and Cherish living at that time?
Allen Avenue.
Excuse me, ma'am, if you could try to repeat that answer.
And there's Donald, the guy who did it.
Where were you living back on June 21st of 2013?
Allen Avenue.
Is that here in Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida?
Yes.
Who else was living with you and Cherish at that home?
My ex-boyfriend, Aaron Pearson. My daughter's Destiny and Nevaeh.
How old was Destiny at that time?
5.
And Nevaeh?
4.
On the evening of June 21st, 2013, were you preparing for Cherish to go on a trip the next day?
Yes.
Where was she going?
California to see her birth father.
And did she have plans and tickets to fly out to California early the next morning?
Yes.
At some point that evening, did you decide to go buy some things for her and for the household?
Yes.
Did your boyfriend Aaron go with you that night?
No.
Did he provide you with some money to spend so that you could go to the store and buy some things?
Yes.
How much money did he give you?
A $100 bill.
And was that $100 for buying everything at the store, or was that also for another purpose?
Yes, another purpose.
What was that other purpose?
To take Cherish to the airport the next day in a taxi.
So in addition to buying items with a $100 bill, you had to have enough left over to go to the airport with a taxi and back?
Yes.
Did you drive at that time?
No.
Did you even have a car?
No.
So at some point, did you and the children walk to the stores nearby on Edgewood Avenue?
Yes.
How did you walk to the store? Did you have a stroller with you?
Yes.
Approximately how long did you and the 3 children take to walk from your house to the Family Dollar in Edgewood?
About 20 minutes.
Once you were at the Family Dollar, did you shop around and look for some items?
Yes.
Did you actually make some purchases?
Yes.
And were your children with you inside the Family Dollar?
Yes.
Once you made your purchases at the Family Dollar, did you walk across the street to the Dollar General, which was directly across Edgewood Avenue?
Yes.
And again, just walk with your kids and the stroller back over to that store?
Yes.
When you entered the Dollar General, what were you looking to buy at that time?
The pencil sharpener.
And were you also looking potentially at clothing and things of that nature?
Yes.
What had you bought previously over at the Family Dollar?
Just some household items. Trash bags. Some headbands for my children.
And once you walked across the street to the Dollar General, how long were you inside the Dollar General shopping?
Maybe an hour.
Were you looking specifically at any items of clothing inside the Dollar General?
Yes.
What were you looking at?
It was a little black and white dress that I saw with hearts on it.
Did you actually go to the counter and inquire of the employees as to how much that dress was
Yes.
for sale? Did you eventually buy that dress?
No.
Buy that dress?
I didn't think I had enough money.
To both buy the dress and the items and then also have enough money to go to the airport the next day?
Yes.
So she didn't have much money. She believed this weirdo.
No.
About how long do you think you were inside the Dollar General?
Possibly an hour till maybe 8:30.
When you walked outside the Dollar General, did a man talk to you?
Yes.
What did this man look like? Describe him for me.
Look at her,
He's
look
got
at her.
white hair.
The man who started talking to you, do you see him here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you point to him and describe where he's seated and what he's wearing today?
He's wearing a long-sleeve blue shirt.
With the glasses on top of his head?
Yes.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
The record will so reflect.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Ma'am, on June 21st, 2013...
She's not doing so good.
Like this did.
I feel sorry for her to have to do this.
I'm now showing you what's been previously marked for identification purposes and states Exhibit A for identification. Do you recognize the person in that photograph?
Yes.
Does this photograph fairly and accurately depict the way the defendant looked on June 21st when you first encountered him?
Yes.
Your Honor, this time taking movement evidence states Exhibit A, states 1.
State's Exhibit A will be entered as State's Exhibit 1.
And Your Honor, with permission of the court, when we publish via a copy electronically.
You may. Let me just tell the jury, you've got monitors in front of you that will be published on those monitors. The witness has one. I have one. Mine's down low, so I can still see everybody, but I'll be seeing the same thing. So if it stops working, please raise your hand and let us know. That happens sometimes.
Ma'am, is your monitor on?
Yes.
The monitor now shows State's Exhibit 1 in evidence. Is that how the defendant was dressed when you walked out of the Dollar General and met him for the first time?
Yes.
Had you seen him in the store before you walked out?
Sorry for the commercial. So she's in Dollar General. She's got her little kids, right? She's got her hands full. She wants to get something for the kids because her one daughter's going on a plane. She's going to go to see her father. It's the first time she's gone on a plane. And she's just a little girl, you guys. And so they go to the Dollar General, and here this predator is waiting. Excuse me, I gotta,
At Rite Aid, we know your yogurt is worth more than
I hate commercials, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Inside the Dollar General?
Yes.
When did you first notice the defendant inside the Dollar General?
I was in the shoe aisle trying on shoes with my children. I looked to my right and he was standing in the doorway looking right at us.
At some point in time, when you were up towards the front of the store, did you see him again?
Yes.
What did he say to you when you walked out the front door of the Dollar General?
If you really want that dress, I'll get it for you.
Did he make any other comments to you about your children?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said you look like you have your hands full. I have a couple of little ones.
He lied to
Where
her.
was this?
He didn't have
In
no
relation
kids
to the
with
front
him
door? Where was he standing when he struck up this conversation with you?
at the
He
time.
was near the front of the store.
Right at the front door entrance, right as it leads from the parking lot into the store?
Yes.
Now, may I approach the witness again? And I'm now showing you within previously marked for identification purposes as the state's exhibit D. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
Do you recognize that photograph to be the photograph of a surveillance video from Dollar General on June 21st, 2013?
Yes.
Does this fairly and accurately show both you and the defendant and identify them by arrows as you walked out the front door of the Dollar General on June 21st, 2013?
Yes.
And it shows the parking lot in the front door.
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, State of the evidence state, identification state Exhibit 2.
Objection, Your Honor. State's Exhibit B will be entered into evidence as State's Exhibit 2.
Ma'am, looking at the monitor in front of you, is that the location when he first spoke to you as you were walking out the front door of the Dollar General?
Yes.
It's not real clear on the TV, so
During the course of that conversation, did he make any mention of a gift card that he may have at Walmart?
Yes.
What did he tell you about this gift card?
He said I have a $150 gift card. I'm waiting on my wife.
Did
I don't know if you noticed, but
He said
I wanna
have a
show you.
$150
Whoops.
gift card.
I just really want to show you this part. That's his
Is that
van
the location
right there. That was what he was in.
Walking out the front door of the Dollar General?
Yes.
During the course of that conversation, did he make any mention of a gift card that he may have at Walmart?
Yes.
What did he tell you about this gift card?
He said I have a $150 gift card. I'm waiting on my wife.
Did he make you believe that he was going to give you or allow you to use the $150 gift card?
I don't know what happened there. Like my phone did
That's
something
what I
weird.
was thinking.
And did he continue to talk to you while he was waiting for his wife?
Yes.
Did you stand there in the Dollar General parking lot during the course of that conversation?
Yes.
How long were you there with him while he was waiting for his wife?
I'm not sure exactly.
He lied and said he had a wife.
Yes.
Did he tell you his wife was coming?
I kept asking him where she was.
What was his response?
She's coming.
Did he tell you how she was coming?
I asked him, what does she drive? He said a gold car.
So he tricked her,
So
made her feel
you
comfortable
waited at that point.
that his wife was coming
You were waiting to see if his wife
with a $150 gift
Yes.
card.
Did it begin to rain at some point while you were waiting for his wife to arrive in the school car?
Yes.
What were the children doing?
They were playing with their umbrellas and running around. having fun.
Just doing what kids would do.
Yes.
What was the defendant doing while you were waiting for his wife in the school car to show up?
He went and sat in the van with the door open.
Did the gold car or his wife ever show up at the Dollar General parking lot?
No.
After some period of time, did he offer to drive you and your children to the Walmart?
Yes.
Had you been to the Walmart on Elm Street before?
Yes.
How far away is it?
10 minutes at best.
That's driving, right?
Yes.
So
Sorry.
you didn't have a car, so there was no way for you and your children to walk. to
She didn't
Walmart.
even have a car.
Right.
So,
What did he say about his wife and the gift card prior to you all going to Walmart?
He said she's going to meet us there.
Did you believe him?
Yes.
I feel so bad for you
You've seen him in the
guys.
store before and he talks to you as soon as you come out. Were you originally concerned about him?
Yes.
Why?
I thought he was going to steal my money because he was watching me with the cashier. He was standing on my right shoulder.
Then, so when you go outside and this person who got concerned started talking to you, were you still concerned at that point?
Not as much. I thought I was just being paranoid.
Based upon the way he looked, his age, his appearance, did you believe he posed a threat to you?
No.
Did he tell you things about himself that made you feel more comfortable?
Yes.
What did he say?
He said he worked for Habit Jackson. We talked about church and he talked about the church he went to. He asked me if I knew of that church and I said no.
So you're having a conversation with him. Did you believe he was just being generous and trying to help out?
Yes.
But when the wife didn't show up,
I don't know why it's like so
did he
blurry.
offer to drive you and your children to the Walmart at Lantern?
Yes.
What was your response to that offer?
I waited because I wanted to see her show up. I didn't jump at it right away.
You were still hoping that the wife would come to Dollar General,
Yes.
but she never came.
No.
At some point, did he again ask, do you want to go?
He got snappy with me because I wouldn't get in the van.
What do you mean he got snappy with you? Describe that for me.
He had an attitude. He said, you don't have to do this. And he asked if I wanted to see his driver's license.
He asked whether or not...
He acted like he was getting mad that she questioned him.
Did this sort of make you feel more comfortable?
Yes, I felt foolish after that. I thought I was just being paranoid.
Why were you hoping that this gift card was real?
Because Cherish needed some clothes for a trip.
Did you tell the defendant that Cherish was going to California the next morning?
Yes, I did. I said, after he said to me, you look like you're trying to save money. I said, Cherish is going to California in the morning. She doesn't want to go.
So ultimately, did you decide to take him up on his offer to drive to Walmart?
Yes.
Were you still hoping at that point in time that the gift card was real and that you could get things for your children?
Yes.
Did you still expect to see his wife at the Walmart?
Yes.
How did you all get into the van?
He opened the door and I told him I couldn't fold the stroller. He told me to just push it in.
When the doors of the van opened up, describe when you were inside the van looked like.
It was dark. There were blinds on the windows. There was no seat in the middle, and the driver's passenger seat was pushed all the way down.
So you hear that, you guys? The driver's seat was pushed all the way down. I mean, the passenger seat, he was ready. He was prepared.
When you say the driver's passenger seat was pushed all the way down, you mean like reclined back?
Yes, like a dentist chair.
Now, there were no seats in the middle, as you said, but was there a bench seat in the back of the van.
Yes,
Did you put the stroller and the items that you had purchased inside the van?
yes. He told me just push it in.
So you just push the stroller up into the van, into the center portion of it.
Yes,
Now, the van that we're talking about, the photograph states Exhibit 2, which is up on your monitor. The white van in the top center of that photograph, is that the van we're talking about?
yes.
It's so blurry, I don't know why.
Once you push the stroller and the items that you purchased up into the van, where did the kids even sit inside the van?
In the back seat, they had seat belts.
But you seen it.
I sat in the front seat.
And the defendant, he drove the van.
Yes,
Did you leave the parking lot of the Dollar General with the defendant to drive to Walmart,
yes,
along with your children?
yes,
Did you have a cell phone at this time?
yes,
Did you have it on?
yes.
Was it functioning or was it working?
No, it wasn't working
Why?
because my 5-year-old daughter Destiny put it in the cat water to wash it. She told me.
Okay, so your phone got left, so your phone wasn't actually working at that
Your
point.
daughter put it in the cat water to wash it.
Based upon what he had told you about the wife and the gift card, about himself, did you feel comfortable enough to get into the van and drive to Walmart?
Yes,
About how long did it take you and your children and the defendant to drive from Walmart, or from Dollar General to the Walmart?
about 10 minutes because we drove there frequently when my ex-boyfriend had a van.
On the way to Walmart, did you continue to talk and have small talk or conversation with the defendant?
Yes,
What did you talk about?
he wanted to know how old we were, and then he told me he was 61.
Did he tell you his name?
Yes, he did.
What name did he give you?
Don.
Don, another
Did he
Don.
talk
Oh,
about the Habajacks and his wife on the way there?
Yes, I asked him what he did because he had a van and my ex-boyfriend wanted another van. He said he worked for Happy Jacks.
Did he tell you a little bit more about his wife?
I asked him where is his wife from, and he said the Virgin Islands.
While driving from Dollar General to Walmart, did you ever see his wife or this gold car that she was apparently driving?
No,
Did you have any concerns while you were driving the van with him?
not so much because he told me I was safe.
He told you that you were safe?
Yes, he looked into my face and told me I was safe.
Did you want to believe him?
Yes, very much so.
I'm sorry that she was
Was that gift
naive.
card something
I don't
you
think
really
people
wanted
should
to do
judge
with yourself
her.
or your children?
Yes,
Eventually, did you get to the Walmart?
yes, we did.
Did you immediately go right into the store once you arrived at the Walmart parking lot?
No,
What happened when you arrived at the Walmart parking lot?
my children were being fussy. They wanted to get out of the van. I told him I needed to get out. And he took a phone call.
What do you mean you took a phone call?
Like he took his phone out of his pocket and started to talk.
Did you ever hear the phone ring?
No, I thought it was on vibrate. I wasn't paying attention.
So it appeared, based upon how he was acting, that he took some sort of phone call.
Yes,
Did he ever tell you anything more about his wife or that she was coming still?
he made it sound as if he was talking to her about what we were going to eat. He said Chinese, and I thought, well, I didn't want Chinese food. I didn't say anything.
So you just sat by while he apparently had a conversation with somebody else on the other end of the phone.
Yes,
Did you wait in the Walmart parking lot in the van for his wife and gold car to arrive?
for a few minutes, yes. And then he told me, you go in first to the little girl section, and I'll meet you in there.
So did you and your children get out of the van and walk into the Walmart?
Yes,
Destiny, Nevaeh, Cherish?
yes.
What did you do with your stroller and the items that you had purchased at the Dollar General and the Family Dollar?
I left it in the van. I took the diaper bag with me.
So you and your kids, you go inside the store.
Yes,
Where did you go once you went inside the store? Did you get a shopping cart, things of that nature?
yes, we did. Mm. Cherish wanted me to get a necklace for myself. We were looking at the jewelry, and I said, Cherish, I'm not here for myself. I'm here for you. And then we went to go look at the shoes.
Primarily, did you do your shopping in the children's section, whether it's the shoes or the clothes?
Yes,
How long were you shopping prior to the defendant joining you inside the store?
I'm not sure. It seemed like a long time.
Were you and the girls selecting items or looking at items and placing them in the cart?
Yes,
How did you arrange the cart so that you knew what was for which?
I'm just gonna
I put
fast forward just a little bit because I need to get to where.
You, Cherish, and the defendant, correct?
yes,
And that's where you were shopping for clothing and shoes and things of that nature for the children?
That's where they are. That's him.
I know it's hard to remember exactly.
I don't know which
how
one's
long
Cherish.
You were there, but was it more than an hour that you shopped inside Walmart looking for children's clothes?
yes.
And during that entire time, what was the defendant doing?
He was looking at work boots and just wandering around watching us. And I asked him, was he okay? Because I didn't want to feel that I was wasting his time. I wanted to hurry up and leave and get my children home.
Because obviously, it's getting late. It's sometime after 10 o'clock, right?
Yes, I wanted to get Cherish home and wash her hair for the morning.
Because she had to fly out early the next day.
Yes,
Anytime during this hour, hour and a half, did his wife ever show up with that gift card?
well,
Did he tell you that she was coming?
numerous times I asked him and he always said she's coming.
Did you want to believe him?
Yes, absolutely.
The items that you'd stacked up for Destiny, for Nevaeh, for Cherish, did you have enough money yourself to buy those items?
No,
Why not?
because the $100 bill that Aaron had given me, he had put a cap on it and said I could only spend 40 or 50 because I had to have enough money the next morning to take us to the airport.
So these items, absent his generosity, you could not have afforded these items.
Yes,
What are your girls doing?
He let her fill that card up.
What are the little
What an idiot,
just
ignorant.
playing, getting a little fussy because it was getting late. They hadn't eaten any dinner.
Just doing what kids do when moms are shopping?
Right.
At some point while you were shopping inside the Walmart, did the defendant make any mention to you about getting some food?
Yes.
What did he say and how did he say it?
He used his hand and he said, I'm going to McDonald's. What do you want to eat?
Sort of like a sock puppet is what you're describing to me?
I thought it was odd.
Where was Cherish when he said this to you?
She ran over to me.
Did she say anything to you?
Yes, she did.
What did she say?
She stood on my left and she said, he's got a $150 gift card. And I said, is that what he told you? And she said, we're going to McDonald's. What do you want to eat? And I said, cheeseburgers. And she said, cheeseburgers. And that was it.
At some point, did the defendant walk towards the front of the store where the McDonald's was?
Yes,
Did Cherish follow after him?
yes,
What about the other two girls? Did they stay with you?
yes.
And why did you feel it okay to let Cherish walk to McDonald's with the defendant?
If he would have asked me if he could take her, I would have said no. But because McDonald's is inside Walmart with people around, I knew she would never leave my side.
Well, you've seen the photograph, and the photograph is the state's exhibit here. Did you know and believe that there were surveillance cameras in the Walmart?
Yes, I did.
You knew the McDonald's was in the Walmart, right?
Yes,
Did you feel that if Cherish went to the McDonald's with him inside the Walmart that she would be safe?
yes,
Had you known that they were going to leave the store, would you have let Cherish leave the store with the defendant?
no,
Did he ever ask you, can Cherish come with me to leave the store?
no,
Would you have ever let your child leave the store and leave the Walmart with this defendant?
no,
You thought they were just going to get cheeseburgers?
Yes.
After they walk off, what do you do?
I went to the shoe section because my 5-year-old Destiny wanted a pair of shoes. A bigger size.
Did you continue to shop for the girls and look at clothes and things of that nature?
I was just looking at the shoes. And then I started to walk to the front of the store.
Had you heard an announcement about the store would be closing?
Yes.
What time was the Walmart actually closing that night?
11 o'clock.
So did you gather up your kids and take your purchases of the items that you were looking to purchase and go towards the front?
Yes.
Did you see Cherish anywhere in the store?
No.
Did you see the defendant, Donald Smith, anywhere in the store?
No.
Did you look for him?
Yes.
What did you do to look for him?
I quickened my pace and I looked through every aisle at the register. There's no one there.
Could you find Cherish?
No.
How did that make you feel?
I started to panic.
Did you look at the Walmart to see if they were at the Walmart?
They weren't there.
What about the McDonald's at the front of the store? Could
They
you
went to the McDonald's.
Were they at the McDonald's?
No.
A lot has changed recently, and your home.
Just when it's getting good, you guys.
Yeah, work from home lifestyle.
Where she's gonna, it's just where it's getting sad, I should say.
Did your panic start to become worse?
Yes.
Could you find your daughter and this defendant anywhere in that store?
No.
At some point, did you seek help from the Walmart employees and try to call the police?
Yes, I was yelling, call 911. My daughter's been taken and no one would help me right away.
Finally, at some point in time, did one of the Walmart employees loan you a phone to use?
Yes.
And did you in fact call 911 that evening?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Nay.
I'm not showing this in mark for identification purposes. This recording on this disc, prior to coming to court, had you had the opportunity to listen to the recording?
Yes.
And did you sign on the disc itself with your initials indicating that you had listened to this exact recording?
Yes.
Is the recording contained on this disc an exact copy minus some minor redactions for court purposes of your phone call to 911 on June 21st, 2013 when you realized Cherish was gone?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, the state of the United States is the next one.
This might bother you. Trigger warning when you hear the 911 call.
Evidence is State's Exhibit 5.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, we would like to publish State's Exhibit 5 to the jury. We need some assistance with IT and bureau of that.
Okay.
Trying to get.
My daughter's been taken. What do you mean? Taken by a stranger. I can't find her. Okay, now how old is your daughter? 8.5. And you say you have Walmart on Lynn Turner? Yes, I am. Okay, well, where did you last see her at? Walmart. I met a man today at Dollar General. He saw that I was struggling to buy him some clothes. He drove us here to buy us some clothes, and the only reason I went with him because he said his wife was going to be here. Because I told him I don't take rides with strangers. Okay, now, what's your daughter's name? Her name's Cherish. Cherish? Yes. And her last name? Periwinkle with a P. Can you spell it for me, please? Periwinkle. And is she white, male, black?
Oh, is that bothering you, Donald?
Is she white or black?
Hearing her upset.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I can't remember what clothes she's wearing because I'm panicking right now. I'm trying not to panic. Okay, and she was last seen with this man? Yes. He said he was going to McDonald's and he hasn't been there because the store is closed right now. Okay, is he a white man or a black man? A white man. He's got white short hair. He's got dark eyebrows. You say dark short hair? No, he's got white hair. And dark eyebrows. I had a strange feeling about him when I first met him. He took her to the dressing room twice. And I was hoping that she would be okay. And I was looking at the shoes. And I didn't want him to think that I was overly protective, freaking out. But now, we're not here. And I find it very odd because he knew that. Oh, okay, ma'am. What kind of vehicle does he drive? It's a white van. But do you remember any stickers or anything on the side of the van? Anything that you can remember at all? Did it have tinted windows or anything? He's got carpet in the van. I didn't take a good look. Sorry. And he said what? I didn't take a good look at the van. Okay, do you remember what, did you see any tag on it or anything? Was it a store tag? No, I didn't look at that. I feel like a fool. Okay, do you remember what he had on? No, I don't remember anything because I'm panicking right now. Okay, now what's your name? My name's Ray, R-A-Y-N-E. He said his name is Dawn. He said he was supposed to be his wife here. His wife never showed up, and I couldn't figure out why. His wife didn't even show up at Dollar General. And he told you that y'all were going to meet his wife at the Walmart? Yes, first she was supposed to show up at Dollar General, and then he was going to meet with her at Walmart. And we've been here probably 2 hours. And she didn't show up, and I had this cart full of clothes that he said he was going to pay for with a $100 gift card, and I had a bad feeling. I thought, well, I feel like pinching myself because this is too good to be true. So I got to the checkout. He's not here. Cherish isn't here. She's 8 years old. She's supposed to go to California in the morning. To the plane. And he knows as I told him this. He knew when the store was closing. I had a bad feeling about him. Okay, how long have you been looking for him? When was the last time you saw your daughter? How long ago? About half an hour ago. Have you been looking for her for a half an hour? Yes. There's nobody in the store. And he knew the store was closing. And he said he was going to McDonald's. She went with him. I should have told her to stay with me. He was going to the McDonald's inside the store? Yes, there's a McDonald's inside the store. He wasn't here. Oh, somebody said they told him that he's not here. He should have had the nerve to stand here and wait. He must know that I'm panicking by now.
Oh, God.
Okay, now, where are you in the store now? Are you outside or where? No, I'm in the front of the store. I think I need to hang up because... No, ma'am. Are you a white female, black female? A white female. What shirt do you have on? I'm 5'8". What color shirt do you have on? I have on a short black polka dot dress. It's brown flip-flop sandals. I have long red hair. Are you right in front of the store? Excuse me? Who are you talking to? Walmart employee there. I'm talking to white girls because I haven't had anything to eat. What you say, ma'am? I haven't had anything to eat, so the Walmart employee was talking to my girls. Talking to your who? My girls. Okay, you have more kids with you? Yes, I have 2. My other one, I think he took her. Okay, ma'am, you have your 8-year-old daughter. You think she's been taken? You say you have other kids with you? Yes, I do. He was giving my 8-year-old too much attention. He wanted her to buy these really tall shoes that were women's shoes, and I told him no. I said they're too high for her. I wouldn't even wear shoes that high. Maybe he was... Okay, and when did you meet him today? I met him at Dollar General in Edgewood. I was struggling with my money to buy the girls some clothes, and he saw what I was doing, and he waited for us outside the store. And he said that he was waiting on his wife to show up. And so I waited around to meet her, and she didn't show up. And then he said he was going to give us a ride over here to Walmart. And then we waited in the parking lot for maybe 20 minutes for her to show up. She didn't show up. So we all went into the store. We've been here about 2 hours. And she didn't show up. And I don't understand why he would leave right now, unless he that was the other reason. And I'm wasting my time standing here. You're not wasting your time now. We have officers on their way to you. I can't remember what my job is wearing. I need to sit down and be calm and close my eyes and try to remember what Cherish is wearing. Okay, now just stand in front of the store and just try to think about what she's wearing and what he's wearing. So when the officers get there, you can tell them, okay? Yeah. Okay, can you think of anything else about the van or anything? It had a line around the van as if it were maybe a metal, not a sticker, but maybe, I don't know how to explain. Like a pinstripe? You remember what color the line was? I think it was dark, maybe like a silver. And it had a big space in the middle of the bed where he had taken out a couple of seats. And he put my stroller in there, or I put the stroller in there. I don't want him to kill her. I don't want to be one of those parents that are going through this.
My God, I don't want him to kill her.
Because I told him when I first met him that I was a little bit scared of him because I thought he was waiting to rob us outside the Dollar General because he was just standing there. And he said, well, if you really want that dress for my 4-year-old, he said, I'll go get it for her. I should have told him no. My girls need clothes so bad. Why I let him do it, but I'm so sorry. These ladies have to put all the clothes back in the store. Can you remember anything else about him whenever you were talking to him? Did he sound funny, like he had an accent or anything? Or he said he worked for Haverjack. He said he worked for Haverjack? Yes.
Okay, you guys, I want to just talk about this for a minute. As you can see, she's pretty upset, as you would be if you were the mother and your daughter got abducted. And, you know, like I said, I feel bad for her because of the mindset she was in. She really wanted to trust him. And like she said, I felt like pinching myself. It was too good to be true, and it was too good to be true. But this dang guy stalked her and planned this out and prepared. Now, you guys, you heard the mother's testimony, okay? Now, I just want you to hear some of the examiner who, the thing is too, you guys, he had 2 other victims before this, and he was in trouble for this. And, you know, the psychologist said that he was a psycho and that he should have never been let out. And, so, you know, I feel like this, you know, the Justice Department failed. You know, I'm trying to get to the medical examiner right here. And I'm going to try to fast forward.
Yes, my name is Dr. Valerie Rao. My last name is...
Fast forward to her, but...
Yes, my name is Dr. Valerie Rao. My last name is spelled R-A-O. I am the Chief Medical Examiner for District 4 and part of District 3.
Dr. Rao, are you familiar with the matter of the state of Florida versus Donald Smith?
Yes.
Did you conduct the autopsy of Cherish Periwinkle?
Yes.
Did you take care to memorialize your autopsy of Cherish Periwinkle as you have just described to the jury?
Yes.
You also reviewed your work in preparation for your testimony today.
I have.
In addition to having reviewed your work, do you also have a personal and independent recollection of this particular? Before Cherish Periwinkle's body was transported to your office, did you in fact attend the scene where the body was discovered here in Jacksonville?
I did.
Why?
Because of the nature of the case, it was a child that was abducted. It was a something that the entire city of Jacksonville was concerned about, being that it was a child.
Did you direct at the scene where Cherish's body was discovered, did you actually direct photography to be taken of the body before it was removed?
Yes.
Before we get to the photographs, let me ask you, in preparation for your testimony today, did you take care to reduce the extensive photography in this case to those photographs which will assist you in describing the injuries sustained by Cherish Periwinkle?
Yes.
Dr. Rao, will you go ahead and explain to the jury the steps you take in conducting an autopsy?
Yes. So when the body comes to the medical examiner's office, it comes under a particular number that is unique to the deceased person, and nobody else gets that particular case number. After which the photographs are taken of as is, the way the body came, without any disturbance.
Okay, I have to fast forward this because it goes a long time, you guys. but it's good.
She has an injury right there, smaller bruises right there.
Demonstrated more clearly in this photograph.
Yes, so there are a few things you can see right here. Here the skin again is abraded, right there, right here. And
Hold on.
Being from these injuries.
yes,
Let me direct your attention to State 69. Is this a close-up of the nostrils and upper lip of Cherish Periwinkle?
yes,
He had his hand on her
Like
face
those injuries that you just told the jury about.
so hard he pushed that it caused her everything to bleed and her eyes to pop,
Also,
her
close-up photograph
blood
of
vessels
the
to break.
Left nostril of Cherish Periwinkle, is that right?
yes. There's another feature that you can see because if you look down here, this is the gum margin between her teeth and her gum. So that same pressure caused bleeding into her gum.
Let me show you State 71 because I think there we can see that bleeding if you point that out.
Yes, you can see the hemorrhage or bleeding between the teeth and the gum margin.
Do you have an opinion as to causation for bleeding in the gum line?
That again is the pressure that was applied to her on the front of her face.
Now,
Trigger
just
warning.
as petechia in her
Trigger
face,
warning.
On the skin.
I forgot
you
to say
also
it
see
before I
petechia
started
in the
this.
eye.
Yes,
We explained to the jury how petechia in the eye is caused.
okay, so it's the same concept. When the blood vessels bringing blood back from the brain are so overfilled, they have no place to go because the return path is blocked, as a result of which the vessels rupture, and so in the eyes, the vessels are very delicate, they burst. And the experience is that if the struggle is intense, the area of hemorrhage is large, and if the struggle is not that intense, they're very fine. For example, in the elderly or somebody that is compromised either due to drugs or alcohol.
Now, you mentioned hemorrhaging, so in addition to the petechia that you observed and notated, did Cherish Periwinkle also have hemorrhaging in both of her eyes?
Yes,
And how would you describe that hemorrhaging?
it's large. There are large areas, and the photographs will explain how tremendous the bleeding is.
So we'll next go through the photographs of her eyes.
She was strangled too.
Let me show you what's
Asphyxiated,
been,
strangled.
marked as State's Exhibit 72. Is this a photograph of Cherish Periwinkle's right eye?
Yes.
And will you testify as to the injuries reflected in this photograph?
Okay, so these are the small petechiae that you see right here. When you flip the lid, you're looking into the lid, referred to as the conjunctiva.
Dr. Rao, what is reflected here on her upper eyelid?
Okay, so on the upper eyelid, she has an abrasion rubbed off, so a pressure on that area.
Let me show you State 73, also of her right eye. Will you explain to the jury what's reflected here?
Okay, here you can see the extent of the hemorrhage. It's not the fine petechiae, but there is actually bleeding into the conjunctivae that you can see in all these areas right here.
State 74, is this a photograph of the left eye of Cherish Periwinkle?
Yes,
And will you indicate to the jury the injury reflected here?
you have a large area of hemorrhage right there.
State 75, is this the top of that same eye?
Yes, so once the fluid in the eye is removed, you can demonstrate photographically the injuries better. So that's what you're looking at. You're looking at the groove between the upper eyelid and the lower eyelid and the globe of the eye, and so that's what you're looking at right there.
And lastly, State 76, also of her left eye. Will you explain to the jury what's reflected in State 76?
It's just
Yes, so again, the fluid
okay.
is removed, and you can
She got damage to her eyes because
on
of the
occasion that happens.
strangulation.
So fingernails are cut and submitted as separate, right hand, left hand fingernails, and after that, the body is placed in a position where one can do a gynecological examination. Of course, this is a child, so that is not the test that we would do on an adult, for example. So photographs are taken, the legs are spread, the anal examination is done first, and the reason for that is if the vaginal examination is done first because of the situation of how close the anus and the vagina are, maybe the evidence from the vagina, if it's done first, would trickle down into the anus, and that's the reason the anus is done first. So the anus is examined, swabs are collected. This child we carry because she is really a small girl, so that part of it is not done. Swabs are taken from the anus, swabs are taken from the vagina, swabs are taken from the cervix. This girl is a baby, so you cannot see her cervix. So many swabs are taken of the vaginal area. And fluid, we squirt fluid into the vaginal canal, and that is also submitted as evidence. If there is anything extraneous, meaning fibers, hair, that is also collected, as it was in this child. And of course, photographs are extensive, documenting the process of the injury. And then that is submitted along with blood, DNA card, which we have. We take DNA cards on our homicides, and that is submitted as evidence in the same kit.
Once you take the swabs, do you take care to mark them in the refrigerator?
Yes.
Yeah, British. Let me show you what's been.
You know,
pre-marked
it's
for
gross that
identification
the
as states
jury had to
by
look at these photographs.
exhibit.
Yes, so...
They don't show the
these
public.
are the swabs that are submitted from the office. We have all the kits that are sent to us, and I recognize that. The labels are prepared at the office. My signature and description of what they are is written in my handwriting. So these are the rectal swabs.
Let me show you what's been pre-marked for states identification as states quadruple C. And what do you recognize these to be?
Okay, so these are, again, same type of containers. My writing is to indicate what they are, and her label characterizing that it's Cherish Periwinkle.
And these are the vaginal
swabs, correct.
Dr. Rao, did you actually, to the naked eye, observe fluid in her vaginal vault before you conducted the swabbing?
Yes.
Let me show you what's been pre-marked as states quadruple D as in dog. Do you recognize those swabs?
Yes.
And what are they?
So I took swabs from the top of her pubic area. Instead of, there is no hair, you can't comb it. So I swabbed the area just looking for evidence.
Now, at the medical examiner's office, you all do not conduct laboratory testing on these
No.
swabs. Let me show you what's been pre-marked for identification as states quadruple F as in Frank. Are those the oral swabs that you took from inside Cherish Periwinkle's mouth?
Yes.
You'll note, Dr. Rao, that Cherish is actually spelled incorrectly on these exhibits. Will you explain it?
Okay, I just want to get to the...
Looking at her genital area and her anal area, she had so much trauma. It was all, the anatomy was totally distorted by the injury that she sustained both to her vaginal area and her anus.
Did you actually bring a book with you today that you rely on for an anatomical diagram?
Yes.
And in fact, would an anatomical diagram of a prepubescent female assist you in describing to the jury where genitalia should be on a young girl?
Yes.
Let me show you states triple Y. First of all, for the record, will you tell the jury where this anatomical diagram comes from?
Yes, so this is the book, 3rd edition, Pediatric and Adolescent Gynecology, where it helps doctors to see the anatomy, because even sometimes doctors don't know the anatomy, so that's the reason these diagrams are put out.
And using this diagram, will you please point out, obviously it's reflected, but the vagina and the anus?
Yes, so you can see that the vagina is right here. This area is important when we come to describe injuries, because that is where one passes urine. So there is a distance between the area where one passes urine and the vagina, and there is quite a distance between the vagina and where the anus is. That is a large area of tissue, soft tissue.
Okay, I'm next going to show you state 77, which is a photograph of the genitalia of Cherish Periwinkle. Will you please orient the jury to this photograph and describe...
Man, can you imagine being on the jury?
Yes. So this is without spreading her legs. Normally you can't see this. You won't be able to see this if you look at a little girl, because the fat of the labia cover everything. So, but here, because of the way it is injured, you can actually see into her vagina. So this is where, this is the urethra, where one passes urine, and you can see how red and swollen that area is. And then you have the vagina, and this is the anus right here. And what is left between the two is a very thin area of tissue. If you bring your minds back to the first diagram, where there was
take you back there.
where there was this broad area right here, it is now reduced to a very thin area of tissue. So anus and vagina.
Okay, we have a couple more pictures of this. 78, will you please orient the jury to the direction of this photograph and explain the injury reflected here?
Okay, so here again, it's not opened or spread to demonstrate. It's just that's how it was because of the tremendous injury that this child sustained. So this is her anus, and then you have that thin tissue between, and this is her vagina.
State 79.
Okay, so close up, this is where you pass urine. You can see how red it is, how swollen it is. This is a vagina, which normally you can't see, and you can see all the tearing there, and you can see the anus. Very thin tissue, it's just, you could feel it, how thin it was.
You mentioned earlier that during an autopsy you take dissections.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you noticed an area in Cherish's back of her head where you,
Yes.
So you shaved her head
Yes.
and then cut her scalp so you could look at the injury more closely?
Yes.
Did you photograph that?
Yes.
And what I'm going to direct your attention now to States 84 and ask you to explain to the jury what is reflected here.
Okay, so when the scalp is reflected back, you have an area of hemorrhage right there.
I'm sorry, where?
On the left side of her scalp right there.
And how is that caused, Dr. Rao?
Blood trauma.
I'm going to show you 2 more photographs of the dissection taken of Cherish Periwinkle's throat. Will you first tell the jury what you saw when you dissected her throat?
Yes, so what we do is, I'm sorry, I have to take a break. Can I just have like 5 minutes?
You want a 5-minute break? I think we'll all take a break for 10 minutes.
Okay, you guys, that's pretty dramatic. What I'm gonna say is that it was so sick. I'm not gonna play anymore. I just wanted to show you something. Not that. So he's back in court. He damaged that little girl's vagina and anus so bad that it was so, like, almost unrecognizable. He strangled her. He pushed her face down. She had so many bruises on her body because she fought for her life with everything in her, you guys. And here he is. He's back in court. He wants a new trial. And I don't think, he's on camera. You guys seen that? He's on camera. He's seen the little girl seen getting in the van and leaving. And so, to me, he's guilty. And it doesn't matter if his lawyers represented him right. Because what are they going to do this time? They're not going to be able... I feel bad for all the people who have to go through this, and the mother who has to go through this after she just went waiting for all them years for the trial to come. She goes through the whole trial. It's a big ordeal, all these people. And then all of a sudden, now she's got to go through it again. He's only been in there 5 years. I mean, come on. I don't think these people, I'm not sure if he'll get another trial. It's a waste of taxpayer money because we know that he's guilty. But, if he does, I hope he gets even more. Well, he had the death sentence, so I'm sure he'll get the death sentence again. But I don't think these people should be able to get parole, that they should even see the parole board when they've done such horrific, horrible crimes. I don't know what I think about the death penalty. I really don't. But I do think that there's certain crazy, terrible, evil, sick monsters that are like animals that need to be put out of society. And why do we house them when we know that they're going to continue to do those kind of things? I don't understand it. But laws need to be changed, you guys. I thank you for being patient with me tonight and listening to this, but I feel bad for Cherish Periwinkle, and I'm going to show you her so that you can see how adorable she was. Here's him walking right out the Walmart's store.
There are new details about the heartbreaking abduction and murder of 8-year-old Cherish Periwinkle in
There's
2013.
Cherish.
We've been going through 18
She's so
discs of
pretty.
evidence released to us last night by the state attorney's office. Her accused killer, Donald Smith, is awaiting trial, which has been repeatedly delayed because of the Supreme Court decision that struck down part of Florida's death penalty law. Donald Vic Micheluzzi has been going through the mound of evidence and shows us what he found.
And I want to warn you, the material is very disturbing, heartbreaking to hear her mother's frantic 911 call and to watch that video. The last time we see Cherish Periwinkle alive. She's walking out of the store without a worry in the world before police say Donald Smith assaulted and murdered her.
Just when I went, I've been trying to Walmart. I'm in Cherish been taken.
Okay, we heard the 911 call. I just wanted you to see. Whoops. I thought it had him.
Now, there were some delays in searching for...
Hold on. I don't know if they're going to show you, but... What am I doing here? Hold on.
We continue to learn new details about the heartbreaking abduction and murder of 8-year-old
I'm just saying, I seen it at the
Cherish Periwinkle in 2013.
before it even turned on. Right there. There he is, walking out of the Walmarts. He's on camera, and they even showed him on another one with him driving off. It wasn't that long, you guys. He didn't have her that long, and he dumped her behind a church. And there's videos of Donald Smith, and he's sitting there telling people in jail that he likes them at young age, and you know, he's just a sick, twisted individual, and that's my opinion. And he's been convicted by a jury, and he was sentenced to death. So I pray that he does not get any kind of help or hope or nothing, because what he did to this little girl, he deserves to rot in hell. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I have no mercy for people like this. It could hurt a precious little girl. There she is right there. It's hard to see with the...
Today marks 10 years since the death of 8-year-old Cherish Periwinkle. She was abducted and killed in 2013, taken from a Lynn Turner Walmart by Donald Smith. Her body was found 11 hours later. Tonight, we
11 hours.
who read us a statement reflecting on the years since her daughter's death.
So...
The memories I have of my 8-year-old daughter are still vivid. Trying to...
all the videos on this case are really good. This case really bothered me and touched me when I seen it. It really just, I don't know, it hurt my soul for Cherish and for the mother. And just, you know, it's so sick and twisted that anybody could do this to a little girl. It broke my heart. And, you guys, laws need to be changed. They really do. I don't know how to do that, but they do need to be changed. May, you know, Cherish Periwinkle get justice, you know, forever. And that her mother and family can have peace from this monster. I don't know what he thinks he's going to prove when it just shows him everything was there. And, you know, like I said, she fought so hard. She was such a trooper that she could fight that hard. Not trooper, but she was brave. She fought him, and she had bruises to prove it. And so did he. The medical examiner said that she made him, the cops brought him in, and she took pictures of his penis. And it was black and blue and swollen because... Of course, how's he gonna even do this with a 8-year-old? She cannot handle that physically. So yeah, he was up. That's how violent he was. And it just makes me sick, you guys. So he's wanting a new trial. I've been keeping an eye on it. It's just all these, I'm just angry at all these children that go missing. And you never know. You just don't know. That's why I said it could be somebody else with Summer, but I really believe that Don and Candace were involved with something. You know, everyone's innocent until proven guilty, and these are just my opinions. And I'll tell you what, YouTube's turning crazy with all these different creators, different ones fighting with each other, screaming, swearing, acting like lunatics. I heard one woman creator, you know, she was mad at another creator, so she's sitting there screaming, acting like insane. And it makes me wonder, like, do FBI ever see that channel and say, this lady, something's wrong here? It's supposed to be about Summer Wells, but she's going off into some really weird things. And, you know, she mods for other channels. And she seems to go into different channels and talk and stuff. And she has her own channel. And yeah, I'm sure some people like her. But to me, acting crazy, screaming, laughing like a hyena, yelling, fighting, all that is just drama in the Summer Wells case. I don't understand people who want to do that. So, and it won't be long here till this birthday party that they're going to do. Now I heard that Don B was going to go to it. And I hope you're not, Don B. If you are, I hope you're not going to put out videos of this. Because you're going to just abuse the situation, because I don't think anybody should do videos of this, because Don and Candace couldn't even go on the media. They won't go on the media. They don't want to. Do you know how many news media I heard that Nate and a couple other ones, that Ashley, their local news there and different bigger ones, they would not accept any media, Don and Candace. They only want to go with people like White Boy Lockdown Radio, who was once a convict. He was once in prison. So him and Don should get along good when he goes to Ben Hill, and maybe they can just really party down and have fun together. But it makes me sick. Whatever. You think he would have more smarts than that, but I guess he don't. But I just think it's a sham, this birthday party. It's a joke. They should have cared about her almost 3 years ago. They haven't done anything, you guys, and it really makes me angry. It's all for show, this thing. All for show. They don't care if Summer Wells is found. If they cared, they would have been out there. They didn't act even a little bit like this woman just did, Rain, the mother of Cherish Periwinkle. Candace has never acted like that, or Don. They've never acted like they care to find her. So, whatever. It's a big joke to me. You know, I wasn't saying anything bad about Don B. I'm not saying that. But Don, you know, come on. Don't be videotaping that thing so that there's attention brought to it. Because that's what they want. They want clicks, views, money. And I hope you aren't wanting that. So, for content. I hope nobody does. You know, goes to the dang thing, because, you know, there's no proof of life for Summer. And there's no sign of her, and I don't believe she's still with us. I mean, that would be wonderful if she was, but I'm praying she's found, however that is. But anyways, you guys, this video's gone long enough. But I wanted you guys to see this other case, how fast this guy was able to get away with this. and do this. So, yeah, he got caught, thank God. Thank God. You know, his mistake was the mother knew what kind of vehicle he was in and that there was cameras there. He was the stupid one. But like I said, I hope, you know, in this case, I wish he would get the death sentence and that they wouldn't wait to do it. So, but I guess everybody has a right to a fair, you know, to a fair trial. Just like Scott Peterson trying to say he wants a new trial now. Poor Lacey and Connor. I wish people could rest in peace, you know, instead of these monsters getting out, wanting another chance. I don't know. Just my opinions, but I love you guys and I'm thinking about you. And just seems like summer gets lost in all this nonsense people do. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of distraction. I don't even know if Fred Hill ever tells the truth. I don't know what good it will do with, I'm not saying nothing bad about Ryan, but I don't know what good it will do to search for her because I don't think she's around there. If Don and Candace did it, then they gave her off somewhere, not around there. And if Jackie D did it, then he could have dumped her anywhere. So I don't know about that, you know, some of the things these creators are doing. And hey, you know, if they think it's going to help, all the power to them. I just don't think it is. I think it's a waste of people's time. And hopefully these pictures that Cher found will be enough to get Don in jail, arrested, and Candace is what I'm hoping. And by the way, I don't know if you realize this, but Cher's supposed to have Marlena Crawford on her channel tomorrow night. So I'll be looking forward to that because I want to hear what Marlena's got to say because she lived with Summer. And her and her little girl were there. So anyways, you guys have a good night. And God bless you. And I hope you have a good week. And I'll be on this weekend probably. All right. Good night. Thanks for being here.